You mentioned, your definition of masculinity is not some external facade.
No.
It is sacrificial service that is not defined, you said, by passivity, but because of inner strength, by being a man of character. Is there anything else, if you're talking to a young man, and I was 15, 25, 35, and you say, if you want to be a man, you need to do this, what would you say?
I know this sounds just so simple, but you need to know who Jesus really was as he walked on this earth, and you need to imitate him. And you do that by, if someone, if you take some silly course on manhood, there's no telling what's going to end up. But if you will just get in the word and say, who is this Christ? And then know this, love. Look, I know a guy who went into the jungle with me one time. He was slight. He was afraid of absolutely everything. I mean, he was so afraid. He was afraid of his shadow, the leaves, the spiders, the snakes. He was afraid of everything. You'd say, well, how can you admire a guy like that? I admire him. Why? He was slight. He wasn't strong. He wasn't necessarily an outdoorsman, and he was scared. Do you know why he was there? Love. He was there because he loved the people and he wanted them to know Christ. It's love that makes a man strong. It's love that makes a man fight like a tiger. It's love. And that's what I want him to see. You take a Samuel Rutherford, you read Samuel Rutherford and his writing is so poetic. And at times, you're like, whoa, that's a little bit too much, And yet here was a man who would defy anything because of his love for Christ, because of his love for his people. And so, I don't want to build this. The Lord has spent many years destroying my bravado. It's one of the reasons for all my illnesses, everything else. It's to destroy that. We're not talking about some carnal strength or discipline or he's got muscles, coming out of his ears. I want a man who loves so much that he will just lay down his life. And he's not, if I would say the greatest cause of weakness among young men today is self-absorption instead of sacrificial love and service. That's what will make a man defy armies. When bolder, bigger men turn tail and run, that little puny man who loves will stand his ground. He loves Christ. And someone will say, are you afraid? Yes, I'm afraid. There's been so many times I've been so afraid I didn't know what to do. What keeps you in those moments? Because you're going to face enemies that it doesn't matter who you are. This is not the movies. They're going to take you down. And what makes you stand is not that Krav Maga. What's going to make you stand is you've been conformed to the image of Christ and you love.
And as you said, act like men is a biblical command.
Yes.